it or so we are being asked a question about NTA's H1B grace period. How are these things playing out? Because this is a frequently asked question, I wanted to record it even though we are starting pretty early today. So with that said, Tavneet, why don't you go ahead with your questions and
Thank,
we can take it from there. Go ahead, please.
thank you, Rajiv ji. So, I was subject to a layoff in March, in mid-March, and I had a grace period. My company withdrew the H1B petition in towards end of March. I had a grace period of 60 days, which ended on mid-May, and I applied for the change of status to B2 on around first week of May. Um, well within the H1B grace period. I have since then I haven't received any offer yet, and I haven't bagged any job yet. And my B1 B2 B2 visa petition is still pending. With the current scenario going on right now, the NTAs, do you think it's better to just leave if I leave the US in the next 1 or 2 days? I've checked online on the EOIR website. There with my A number, there is no NTA under my name yet. There's nothing like that. Do you think if I leave early right now, that NTA situation can be avoided, or is it like an inevitable situation where even if I leave the US, I will get NTA, or even if I stay in the US, there can be chances of getting an NTA?
Okay. So let's first of all demystify the NTA a little bit. For people who are stuck in a situation of being illegal, unlawfully present, out of status, this could have different connotations than for people who are either already in H1B grace period and they have another application pending, or they are in what is called authorized period of stay, which means you are in between applications, but the second application was timely filed. Okay. So the way the NTA process works is this. USCIS or ICE issues the NTA and they serve you. Okay. Service means they put it in the mail to your last known address. Once they serve you, you are now under notice. But deportation or what is called removal proceedings have not yet started. Removal starts when USCIS or ICE actually files the NTA with the immigration court. And when you go and check on the EOIR website, what you are actually doing is you are checking whether that notice has been filed with the immigration court or not. Clear so far?
Yep, makes sense. Makes sense.
There are two different things. One is serving you with a notice, which is home procedure. Ghar pe baith ke whatever they want, they can do. They can send you the notice. But the deportation or the removal proceeding actually begins when the notice is filed with the immigration court. Okay. Now, the clear thing is that if you have a claim to legal stay, it should be easy enough for the court to say, as soon as the case comes before the court, it should be easy for the court to say, well, it doesn't look like Mr. Singh should have been placed under removal because he has authorized period of stay in between applications. He's not unlawfully present. He's not illegal in the United States. So why are we starting these proceedings against him? So first you are served, then the notice is filed, then the NTA becomes a formal deportation or removal proceeding, at which point your lawyers can move to have the proceeding terminated because there's no legal ground for it. Okay. Two things I want to report, actually three, which are important. Number one, I was concerned how long is it taking for them to actually get a hearing in court. And my understanding is at least two people have indicated it only took a few weeks. Okay. One of the individuals whose case I had mentioned yesterday in my LinkedIn stream, I had mentioned that a community member has reported that they were in the same status. They had H1, H4 going, and they were in that 60-day grace period. NTA was issued, and as soon as the NTA was issued, within a few days, their lawyer was able to file a motion with the court asking for a termination of the proceeding, and the government agreed. So it's not like ICE was fighting them. The government agreed that this is inappropriate. Okay, so that was one case. Relatively quick, motion terminated or about to be terminated. They were still waiting for the judge to sign. Okay. Now, the thing that I don't like about NTAs, I don't want to make it sound like NTAs is just like a dessert after dinner. It's a easy thing to deal with. It could get difficult. And the problem is if the government closes the pending applications, then you have to, once you win at the immigration court, I guess you have to file an MTR or refile those applications. And that itself becomes a procedure. So the first choice that you have to make is, do you want to stay in the US and take this chance, whatever it is? First of all, NTAs are not being issued in every case. NTAs are being issued in some cases. And the consensus of the opinion amongst the bar seems to be that they are using some kind of an automation where they are sending these random NTAs that don't make sense. But that's what we are dealing with. There's not a lot of them. And even if they are issued, they can be managed. It is not like the end of the world for you guys. But if they can be avoided, that would be wonderful. Okay. So you all have that EOIR website. You can check whether the notice to appear has been filed or not. And if you decide to leave, that does avoid the headaches. But the decision is it easier for me to find a job while I'm in the United States? Or is it not that much of a difference if I apply for a job sitting outside the US? I can interview, I can do video interviews, and it's not a big deal, right? So that is the real question. So coming back to your question, Tavneet, law hardly ever has yes and no answers. We always have to go through this whole rigmarole to come to the bottom lines. So first question is, would you be as well placed to find a job from your home country, I'm assuming India, as you are in the United States?
I would think so, yes, because I mean, all the applications right now are going on our remote applications. They're all virtual applications. The only concern is the next concern would in this scenario is I have a valid H1B stamp. If I leave US, let's say tomorrow, and if a NTA motion is filed next week for me, and if I find a job which is willing to sponsor my H1B in the next 2-3 weeks, will that impact my reentry, or will it be is there a workaround for that part?
So I don't know if there is a foolproof workaround because we are trying to avoid the NTA, right? So the only thing I can think of that makes sense is, number one, talk with a lawyer who does immigration court work. And what you want is, if you don't have somebody readily available, you can Google, or whatever your search engine is, you can find AILA, AILA, American Immigration Lawyers Association, Lawyer Referral Service. Should bring you to a website where you can enter the city where you want a lawyer within 100 miles, 30 miles, 40 miles, whatever, you have that choice. And the practice area of the lawyer, you want somebody who does, it's called deportations in common lingo, but it's actually technically called removal. Somebody who does removal cases. You want somebody with at least 10 years experience. Less than 10 years, I think, is too raw, in my opinion.
Okay.
I'm not an expert in deciding who's qualified, who's not. But I would be concerned if my lawyer had 10 years of experience. So find a lawyer and have a consultation with them before you leave. I think it's okay to leave, and I think if all other things are equal, it's so much easier to just wait it out from your home country and come back clean and fresh, because you can use the same visa stamp on your passport with the new approval notice, right?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So I would definitely have a quick consult with a lawyer who does immigration court cases to figure out whether there's a problem with me leaving. Okay. And what I would also do is, if you have a B1, B2 pending, the day I'm leaving, I would also send a notarized letter to the government saying I'm leaving for India today, so I hereby withdraw my application. Hopefully, that creates a good record within the government's own records that you let them know that you were leaving.
Makes
That's
sense.
just common sense. Okay. So
That
those
sounds
two things I would do. Uh,
perfect. Thank you so
uh,
much, Rajiv ji.
of course, my pleasure. Kushagraji, I'll get to you in 1 second. Somebody asked a question in the chat, what is the best way to ask question? So what I'm going to ask you to do is to just raise your hand in Zoom. Kushagraji, I've got you. 1 second. Sort gallery by entry time. So I'm going to sort out people by the time they entered and answer their questions. Just raise your hand and I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can till 1:30. Um, Kushagraji, you have a question for me. I guess you have a question about the follow-up on NTA policy, frequently asked questions. Go ahead, please.
No, Rajiv ji, I have a different question.
You have a different question. Okay, let me get to those.
Okay.
Anybody has a question on the notices to appear thing going on, this new stuff that the Trump administration is doing? Uh, let's go with that first. Yogeshi, you have a question on that, on NTS? No. Garima has a question. Okay.
Not on the NTS, but a different question.
Give me a second then. I just want to make sure we've covered this part first.
Sounds
It
good.
doesn't look like we have anybody else. So guys, anybody who has a question, please raise your hand and I'm going to try to get to as many people as I can. So Garimaji, go ahead. You go first.
Thank you, Rajiv ji. I just want to explain a little bit about my situation and then I can follow up with a question. So
Okay.
I'm currently on STEM OPT extension and working at a tech organization. And my open petition is pending, but it is not tied to my current employer. It was filed through an agent. So I now have the opportunity to begin my master's program, which would require me to forfeit my current employment. And since the O1 visa requires continued employment to remain compliant, I'm concerned that leaving my job may put me out of status under the O1 framework. So, given this, should I withdraw my O1 petition before starting my master's program, or can I proceed with my education while allowing the O1 petition to continue processing in the background?
The only problem, you said your O1 is approved, right? Or is it pending?
It's pending, not approved yet.
Yeah, I don't see any point in having that O1 hanging on you because what happens is if your F1 gets approved, then 3 days later your O1 gets approved. Now you are on O1, not F1. Okay. So O1 could have been filed one of the two ways. You could have
Mhm,
filed it as a change of status from H1 to O1, or you
mhm,
could have filed it as O1 petition approval with consular processing option.
mhm.
So I'll activate it from the consulate. But at this point, if going to school is a priority, I don't see any reason to keep that O1 hanging in there.
Okay.
All set? Okay.
So
Vignesh,
should I do the counselor processing in your
I think that's well, if you've already paid for it, filed for it, if it can be converted to consular processing while it's still pending, theoretically it may be possible. You can try
okay.
that.
Yes.
The only
Yes.
concern is if it doesn't get converted, you could get your F1 slammed with the O1. Okay.
Oh,
Because if you
okay.
get to F1 today and then 3 days later the O1 gets approved, now you're on O1.
Right.
That's why I think it should be withdrawn. All right.
Okay.
Best of luck, Garimaji.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Vigneshji, go ahead.
Hi Rajivji. I lost my job. I'm on L2S visa. So since my spouse lost her job, I relieved from the company. So my last working day was May 23rd. My spouse last working day was also May 23rd. So before the last working day, I have applied for a change of status to B2 and it's pending. the B2 receipt notice received date was before my last working day, before May 23rd.
Okay.
B2 is currently pending.
Okay.
So, meanwhile, my spouse has got a H1B for this year. This is the first time H1B. So before May 23rd, both H1B petition and H4 petition was filed with the change of status from L1 and L2. So the B2 application was filed only till September 30th.
Okay.
So our change of status to H1 and H4 was filed before May 23rd.
Okay.
And my spouse H1B has got approved. And my H4 petition, I got a rejection notice stating that there was no balance in the bank account, stating that I received a rejection notice for my H4 change of status. So again, my spouse employer has filed a new petition for the change of status.
You know, your story is beginning to sound like a Hindi serial. Just when I think I've got it, you got something else going. Okay. So let me understand if I've got this correctly. Okay. First of all, L1, L2, while still in status, B2 filed, correct?
Yep.
While still in status, also filed H1, H4, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Now, what happens is she gets her H1B approval. I'm assuming it starts on October 1st.
Yep.
Okay. You've got your H4 rejected because of some technical issue, right?
Yep.
Okay. The way I see it, you have two choices. You are the problem. She's not the problem, correct?
Yep.
If she has a B2 pending, it should be withdrawn. Have you done that?
No, not yet, because till September 30th, we will not be having any status, so we haven't withdrawn.
So you can request the government that effective September 30th, we want this B2 to be withdrawn. I've done that before. It may or may not work, but you would have tried.
Okay, so if I send a withdrawal notice, it won't be an issue for the time period in between till October 1st.
Because you're asking that I want it withdrawn by effective September 30th.
Okay, yeah. I will raise that request.
Yep, that's the smart thing to do. Okay. For you, on the other hand, we have a more complicated situation. We are also worried about the NTAs being issued, right? So we want to kind of balance everything around and see what we can do. One of the options you have is to simply leave and come back around September 21st on H4 visa.
Okay.
Just get an H4 visa stamp. And if the Indian consulates are backed up with H4s, you can go to a neighboring country. I was looking today only for somebody checking the H4 times.
Okay.
So hold on one second. Somebody asked some question in the chat. Yeah, I'm going to ask people to raise their hands and try to take as many questions as I can. Okay. So going back to what I was saying, one option is, which is the cleanest in my opinion, to just go to your home country, chill out, and come back 10 days before October 1st. That's one option. Second option is because you have a B2 pending and because you have the courage of a lion, you say, I don't care if the NTA comes. I can deal with it. And you can. We discussed that in the beginning. That was the first thing we discussed today in answering Tavneet ji's questions. So if you go and listen to this recording from the beginning, you will hear the story about the NTAs. Okay. So you could do that and stay here. Once the B2 is approved, you can then apply for an H4 within the United States. With me so far?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So those are the options. Go to India, get an H4 visa stamp and come back. And if India consulates are too backed up, just go to Malaysia, Singapore, any of the neighboring countries where today only I saw there was no waiting time. When they say no waiting time, it usually means no more than a week or 10 days. Okay. So either stay here and be lion heart and take your chances, or go to India and come back whenever you get your H4 visa stamped, but no earlier than 10 days before the start date of the H1. Good to go?
Okay. Yeah. One more question. Should my spouse should go for a stamping, or she can continue here?
She should talk to her lawyers about that.
Okay.
Because if she has a change of status, there's no need for stamping. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Put your hand down, please. Kushagra ji, go ahead. Kushagra,
Hi, Rajiv ji. Good afternoon.
good afternoon ji. How are you?
Sir, good. Sir, I followed up, like I'm following up from the last week. I spoke to you that I was working with a consultancy and they haven't run my payroll since May 30th.
Mhm.
And I moved to my client on their direct payroll, like working full time now. So now I have got my visa transferred, H1B transferred just today morning.
Okay.
So I got my H1B visa transferred. Everything is fine. And my
Wonderful.
start date is 4th of August. So, and I have spoken to my consultancy people, and they said that they'll run the payroll this month end, like maybe on 26th or 27th.
Kushagra ji, one frequently asked questions and frequently encountered situation. Be very, very careful about this, guys, everyone who's here. What kind of employer you should never go with, and what kind of conduct you should never engage in with such employers. Some things that bother me is when an employer says, oh, we don't have a project, but we can apply for an H1B. Well, that's illegal. To apply for an H1B without a project is illegal. It's not you doing something illegal, but you are engaged with a company that's doing something illegal. Makes me wonder what kind of company it is. Number two, warning sign. If they say, oh, we have an in-house project, most of these companies may have a narrative that they have an in-house project, but they actually have no project. Okay. And that can become a big problem for the company because government can get into the bushes with the project. How many man hours are left? How many man hours have been worked? Where is the market study? What are you preparing? Show us the GUI, the graphical user interface screenshots. Show us if it is already operational. Give us a link. Things like that. So an employer who files without a project is dangerous. An employer who claims they have an in-house project is dangerous unless there's a real project. An employer who asks you to pay for even 1 penny in the H1B process is dangerous. Now you are actively committing fraud if you are paying something towards your H1B. So
Okay.
avoid that situation. Don't get into that situation.
Okay. No, sir, I was.
I'm coming to that, Kushagra. 1 second. Give me. Because I'm preparing a more comprehensive narrative for the whole community. I want to make sure I cover as many angles as I can remember.
Yeah.
So now you've got a job with a company. Now this company says, here is your paycheck, here is a paycheck, and they're paying you. Everything is fine. There comes a point when they stop paying you, but you're still working. Or even if you're not working, you're available for work. The employer has to pay you. And one way to recover that money is to just pick up the phone and call Wage and Hour Division of the US Department of Labor. They are very helpful. It is their job to get you your wages. It won't cost you a penny. In addition, if you have filed a formal complaint, it creates a very good excuse, and it's not just an excuse, it's a good reason why you don't have paychecks. So filing a Wage and Hour Division complaint for non-payment of wages is very important. It is also very important. In order to actually fire somebody on H1B, 3 things have to be done. 1, they have to tell you, or they have to email you, or they have to send you a notice. From this date onwards, you don't have a job. 2, would you like a one-way ticket back to your home country? They have to offer that. And if they don't do that, their liability to continue paying you still exists. Even if they revoke the H1B, they are still required to pay you. The third thing they have to do is revoke the H1B by asking the government. Okay. Now, the point that I was going to make to you, Kushagraji, is this. If the employer says, I am going to run the paycheck for you, make sure you don't get into that sleazy situation where they run the payroll, but they don't give you any money. It's just
Okay.
off the books. Don't get into that situation. That's serious fraud and very easy to prove. Or they run the payroll, you take the money, and then you withdraw the money and give it cash to them. That
No.
is that is absolute no-no. Just making a point for the community. I'm not saying you're doing that. Okay. So with these things in mind, now that you have already moved over, and you moved over while your H1B transfer was pending, correct?
I haven't started with the client. They said that once everything is in process, and I only got my approval today in the morning. So they have put my start date as 4th of August, and they said that till that till that time you can continue as a contractor. So
Okay. So yeah, that's fine because I don't see anything illegal here.
okay,
Looks like you're doing everything by the book.
and I'll ask my employer to just run my payroll for the month, and that would be fine. Like because
Yes.
since
Yes.
my H1B, my only concern was since my H1B got moved from my current employer to the new company where I would be moving, so that wouldn't be a concern, right?
No,
Since my old company is paying me right now.
no problem. You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
so then I'll ask them to pay me my if they have any further.
Sounds good, sir. Best of luck and congratulations. I'm glad it worked out.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome. Yogesh Kumar ji, go ahead. Yogesh? Yogesh ji, taking a nap?
Hello.
Anji.
Hello. Hello, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So actually, sir, I submitted an application for a change of status from B2 to F1
Okay.
on May 23rd. And I upgraded that to premium processing on June 27.
All right.
So on July 17th, I got an RFE from USCIS asking bunch of questions. Okay, so I need to join the university on August 28th. That is next month.
Okay.
So I am in North Carolina. When I applied for the petition, I'm still in North Carolina, and the university is in Michigan, Oakland University, that is in Michigan.
All right.
Okay. Okay, the first question, there are so many, like I break it down into four sections. There are four sections in the RFE, but in the second section, they asked one question, bunch of questions, and one of the questions is address provided in your application is not within commuting distance of the university's location.
Okay.
Provide an explanation to show how you are able to attend university and submit evidence to support your claim. By the way, I applied for a PhD program. I'm going to work under a professor like daily on a daily. I will work in his lab. So this is a PhD program, not day one CPT or anything like that. It's a genuine PhD program that I applied to and I got admission.
Okay.
So here they asked a question like not within the commuting distance. Okay. So, what is your suggestion? Like, shall I relocate to Michigan now, or
No,
does it?
no. So this is a question, again, a frequently asked questions about curricular practical training. When people are engaged in curricular practical training and they try to change status, they'll be often asked about certain things. One of the common things they ask for is, you are living in another city or universities in another city. How does that work? So many of these universities are doing weekend classes, month-end classes, etc. You just have to explain. And most of these universities will have a standard package of information that your DSO or International Student Services or Students Office will give you. You can attach it with your response. They can also ask you, show us that you've been attending classes. So, for example, you went and parked your car somewhere, or did you take the plane to go to the university? So they can ask you things like that as well. That's also common. Okay. Another thing they can ask you is show us that you paid for books, etc. Many of the students no longer have to pay for books because the price of PDF books or study material is already included in their fees. So all of that is easily handled, and many of the universities will have that information already in a pre-prepared package. One thing I want you to remember, CPT is perfectly okay. It is allowed. Just make sure that at least it is.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. I'm not going to do CPT. I'm going to do PhD program.
Okay, but
Okay.
you're not
No
doing
CPT.
CPT. It's just
No CPT. No
you are
CPT.
doing a change of status to F1 PhD. I'm just adding all that information. Ultimately, it will come to the same place. Let me finish. So when you are in a CPT situation, another thing they can ask you is, how does that degree? They don't really usually ask, but that's the underlying issue. How does that CPT really help you in your overall career goals? So try not to go into completely unrelated program. So for example, Yogesh is going into a PhD. Of course, it will have to be related to what he has done. There's no other way to do it. But you could have a master's degree that's quite attenuated, quite different from what you did in the lower grades, right? So Yogeshji, for you, H1 for the F1 case, you can always tell them, I would relocate only when the school starts. Your school has not started yet, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. August 28th.
So it has not started yet. And you can let them know that I will move as soon as I hear from you guys and I start classes. So as long as the explanation is reasonable and truthful, you should be fine.
So will it hurt if I relocate like August 1st? Because there is only 1 week actually left. August first week, if
That's
I
perfect.
relocate.
That's perfect. If you have a lease that you have signed or you're going to go live with a friend, get a letter
Okay.
from him, take pictures of the premises. The
Okay.
problem is, this is something everybody needs to remember. Sometimes when you say, okay, I'm going to live with a friend, it turns out the friend is living in an apartment, and apartments often do not allow either subletting or tenants living with the person without permission from the landlord. So just keep this in mind. That could be a problem. So if you're going to lease a premises, that's perfect. Just send a copy of the lease to the government.
Okay, sir. Sir, I have one other question. So the thing is, other thing is, they asked, explain why you applied to so many universities and never attended them, and then where you were living at the time when you applied to those universities. Okay. So just for the context, I was in India back in 2014. I applied to so many universities. Okay, just to increase my chance of getting into
So let me
university.
stop you for a second, Yogesh. The answer is always the truth. So if the truth is that's what you did, that's perfectly legal. There's nothing illegal about it. You wanted to increase your chances of admission, so you applied to 35 universities. Why not?
Yeah, but you never attended any of
Yeah,
them.
because
That's
how many universities can I attend? What a stupid question.
uh, e-
So
yeah.
you
Actually,
can,
there are
don't
two.
tell them what a stupid question, but you can tell them that, of course, it is physically impossible to attend 35 universities.
Yeah, actually, there are two questions actually.
I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to put a stop to this in a minute or so. So let's wrap this up because I have to move on. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Actually, uh, they just question my progression of studies for a doctorate and then back to a master's degree. You know what? I pursued actually a PhD program when I came in 2015. I
Mhm.
pursued a PhD program, and then for some reasons I switched over to master's degree. Okay, so they questioned my progression of studies for a
I
doctorate.
agree with them. It looks like you are a hobby student. You have been studying for a very, very long time. 10 years you've been a student. So
No,
that
no, not 10 years.
you
I
said,
worked. Actually. I was an H1B. 10 years before, I pursued a PhD program, and then I graduated with a
oh,
master's.
hold on, you were on F1 or H1B when you did that?
No, I was an H1. I came to the US
So,
on
so
F1 visa.
while you were on H1B, you did PhD part-time.
No, I did not do.
Okay, let's try it again. My question is, you said I was in a PhD program and then I degraded that to a master's degree, correct?
Yes, yes.
Were you on F1 status or H1 status?
F1 status.
That's what
Students.
I, that's what I asked you. So the point is, when somebody is spending so much time on an F1 and they keep switching degrees, it doesn't look like um, they are really a serious student. It looks like they just want an excuse to live in the United States. So you have to overcome that presumption. You have to explain your situation truthfully. Okay. The worst thing you can do is try to lie to the government, because if you get caught in a lie, it's a permanent bar from entering the US, and government can prosecute you criminally if they want. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Best of luck to you, sir.
Sir, one last question, sir. One
I am
last
going to have
question.
to move on. I can give you 10 more seconds. Please make it really quick.
Yeah, actually, proof of US address they asked. Okay, like I some addresses I stayed with the friends, I stayed with the office colleagues
The answer is what I just told you. Whatever the truth is, you tell the truth.
so I don't have any evidence to support that to provide to furnish as evidence. I don't have anything
Well,
to show
letters from these friends should be okay, I guess.
or self. No, I lost contact with them, not friends, office colleagues. I lost contact with them, like notarized self.
I'm on your side and I'm kind of not believing your story. So please make sure that you have enough evidence and truthful evidence. Try to reach out to these people, find them. In this day and age, you can't find people. Google their name, you'll find them.
Okay,
All right.
or
I gotta
self
go, sir.
notarized.
I gotta go. All right. Best of
Okay.
luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sumukji, go ahead. Please, guys, I'm trying to move on as well as create a record for the community, as well as answer as many questions as I can. I definitely can't come to all the questions, but I'll do my best. Yogeshji, go ahead. Oh, no, Yogeshji is done. Sumukji, go ahead.
Hello, Rajiv. So I have a two-part question.
Mhm.
I'm currently on F1 STEM OPT, and I'll be getting my cap exempt H1B in the first quarter of 2026.
Okay.
And I'm at the position to apply for EB2 NIW since I work in cardiovascular AI research.
But
And
1 second. A frequently asked question and a frequently encountered problem in NIW. It doesn't matter whether you are working in curing cancer. What matters these days the most is what are you going to do? So just because somebody is working in cybersecurity doesn't mean they automatically get an NIW. The impact of their work has to be either at a level greater than their employer or to the field, like a PhD researcher, or economically larger than just the immediate employer and its clients. Okay. So
yes,
larger impact, field, economics. Those are the three things. Keep going.
yes. So I'm wondering if I can start my petition process now or if I should wait until I get my H1B.
Your H1B, have you won the lottery? Have you applied for the H1B?
No, it's a cap exempt H1B, and I'll be getting it in the first quarter of 2026.
Start anytime. Start anytime. You can start now.
If I start now, would I be able to visit India sometime later this year and come back?
I would avoid visiting India until I get an H1B anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And the second part question is, at the same time, I'm also building my profile for EB1A, and it might take 1 to 2 more years. So should I wait until I have my profile and directly apply for EB1A, or do I
No.
apply for NIW, get the priority date? And
No. Both of these are pretty uncertain, no
Okay.
matter how good your case is. Better to apply for NIW. If you win, you secure your priority date. So definitely do both.
Okay, thank you. I'll be reaching out to you soon for scheduling a consultation.
Absolutely. No, we don't charge for resume review. Just email it to me. I'll run it through my retrieval augmented generation, send you an analysis. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rajiv.
Best of luck, ji. Garima ji, आपसे तो अभी बात हुई, right? Garima, I just spoke with you, right?
Yes, I do have a follow-up question.
Okay, try not to do that, but go ahead.
Okay, so I'm following up to ensure I understood your recommendation on O1 by let it hang. Was your recommendation to withdraw the O1
Yes.
petition?
Yes, withdraw it. Because otherwise, you have your F1 approved.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing is 3 days later, your O1 gets approved. Now you are on O1 instead of F1.
Oh, okay. So one of the things that I also want to give you a bit of context was that my attorney advised continuing the O1 process since it is not tied to my employer but filed through an agent, and that's why I wanted to get your advice.
That doesn't make a difference.
That doesn't make a
Yeah.
difference.
And by the way, I would be surprised if there is not a huge RFE, because other lawyers are also reporting. Unless you do the kind of work where traditionally agents are involved,
Mm-hmm.
government is now taking objections. Why is an agent filing this?
Okay.
So,
This is good to know. If I request withdrawal and my F1 becomes active, but the withdrawal is not processed in time, what would you suggest?
They should be there. It should be okay because you would have filed it. File it as quickly as possible. We'll deal with that when that happens.
Oh, okay. Okay. Another question that I have
But
is
I'm
like,
going to
what?
have to go.
Oh, okay.
You have a
What?
lawyer, talk to them. All right.
Oh, okay.
Best of
Thank you,
luck.
Rajiv ji.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Superman, go ahead. Spider-Man here.
Thank you, Rajiv. So my H1B got picked up this year with the lottery, and right now I'm on STEM, F1 STEM OPT. My employer has filed for my H1B and all the documentation. So the receipt notice is on June 25. The case is still in progress, not approved yet. So I was curious to know that if we can schedule the H1B visa interview date in the January 2026. Even right now before getting the approval notice, or
I
do I
don't
need
think
to
you
wait?
can. I'm not sure. I think you need either the approval notice or you need the receipt number. I'm not sure which. So I don't remember. I'm sorry. I don't have the answer to that question.
Okay.
And by the way, I think it's, in my opinion, it's a particularly bad idea to delay the status change. I would just file it as a change of status.
No, not. It's not changed
Karan
of
is saying
status.
you need an I-797 number. So
So
I asked
basically,
you.
that's approval, H1B approval
Yeah,
notice, right?
H1B approval. Yeah, that's what I thought. Either the receipt number or the approval.
E- Even to just book the date?
That's what.
Oh, okay.
Ask Karan because he's telling
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Karan.
You're
Thanks, Rajiv sir.
welcome. Take care. Bye. Sandeep ji, go ahead.
Thank you, Rajiv ji. Just have one question that my current H1B stamping is expire in 2 months, like in September 2025. But I have an approval notice which is till 2027. So I just wanted to know, like, is it good to go to India and take a new stamp like before expiring, or I can go later as well? Anything which is recommended?
You can go anytime. If you want the Dropbox option, anytime within 1 year of expiration of the H1B.
Okay.
And you can also go to a third country. You could go
Oh, I
to
can visit Canada as well.
Canada. But Canada is taking a long time. You could go to Canada, Mexico. Mexico, I
Okay.
think, doesn't even require a visa if you're coming from USA. You can go to Bahamas, you can go to Costa Rica, you can go to Dominican Republic, Jamaica, any of these countries. Just make sure they are taking third-party applications. They
Okay.
call
And there will be an interview also if I'm
yes,
going. Okay. Okay.
they're called third country national applications, TCNs. Most of these countries are doing them, I know it.
Okay. Thank you, Rajiv ji. Yeah, I'll look into that.
Best.
Thank you.
Parul, go ahead, Parul ji. Parul.
Hello, hi.
Hi. So
Hey, Parul yaar. Ye kaun aa gaya?
Yeah, actually, yeah, he is with me. He's my
Oh,
husband,
two in
Pankaj.
one. Acha.
Yeah, so he is pretty clear with the questions I have written for him.
All right, Mr. Parul, tell us.
she's the active one. So I'm on H1B. I'm completing my 6th year this year, and my employer has already filed H1B extension. But the twist in the story is they are terminating my job role on July 31st.
1 second. When is your H1B expiring, the current one?
August 31st, by visa I-94 September 10th.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So that 10 days they usually add to the end of the I-94.
Mhm.
And so it's probably 10 days before that is when you're.
So my question was the new H1B extension that I already have approval for out of courtesy my current employer did it. The first date of its activation is September 1st, 2025. So does it hold any value if my job is terminating on July 31st?
No. Another frequently asked question. Very few visas have any life of their own without the activity under which they are given or for which they are given. So if you're a student, the fact that you have an F1 visa or F1 status is not enough to be legal. You should also be going to school full time. Okay. Similarly, for H1B, it is not enough that you have an approval or even a visa. What is important is you're also pursuing the job that you're supposed to be pursuing.
Yeah. So in my case, I will have only 31 days of grace period.
Wait, that's a very interesting question. No, I'll tell you why not. Okay.
Mhm.
Because each extension, etc., comes with 60-day grace period. Okay. Is there a break in your I-94s?
As in,
So the first H1B expires. Forget about the 10 days. When does it expire?
the H1B expires on 31st August.
And your second H1B begins on September 1st?
Correct.
Very interesting question. I don't know if I have the answer to that. I'll have to look at the regulations.
And we are planning to book consultation with you.
So yeah, just send me an email beforehand. I would look it up before we talk. Okay.
Yeah.
I will look
Yeah,
it up.
So just follow-up questions. We are hearing so many NTAs, grace period allowed, not allowed. So we are very scared. So are we?
No. NTAs are definitely inconvenient. They are not like halwa after puri. We definitely want to avoid them if we can. But people are dealing with them. When the recording comes out of this call, the first 6 or 7 minutes, there was a gentleman here, Tavneet Singh. I was answering his question. We discussed it quite broadly about how TNs are being dealt with. People are dealing with them. It's not the end of the world.
It's not. So in my case, if we do I-539 for B2, is that still working in 2025?
Talk to me. I'll discuss this with you. I'm not sure I like that option for many people, but for many others, that may be the only option. So we'll talk about it. Just come and talk.
Okay.
And sir, the last question that he has NIW I-140 approved.
Oh, good.
So yeah, so we were just thinking that we don't want to cross any limit because we want to come back any day if this not work out right now because we are doing the applications and stuff. So we just want a correct path to follow so that we can have a clean record.
Before you talk to me, just listen to the first 8-10 minutes of this call.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
And you'll have a fairly clear idea of what you should do.
Okay.
Okay, thank you
Sounds
so much.
good. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Best
much.
of luck, guys. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Shreyaji, haven't I talked with you before? Shreya Khandelwal?
Yes, this Monday.
Oh, I know. Your name is familiar. What's
Yeah.
up?
So we have good progressions with respect to like I got my F2 I-20 from the university and the marriage certificate both.
Oh, yes. I remember there was some difficulty with that. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So
So
then?
the only concerns that we now have is should we file premium or standard in case of like filing, because I can be ready to go today as well to file the COS. And in case I do standard filing, what happens when I get a job while on COS pending? And what would be a scenario to get like a consular processing, or what could go wrong in that?
Okay. So this is also frequently asked questions. I'm making these data points for the AI to parse them through.
Right.
So there's a difference between legal, illegal, unlawful, status, and authorized period of stay. These are 5 different things you need to be aware of. Legal and being in status is about the same thing, which means I am here, I'm pursuing the activity I'm supposed to pursue. F1 student going to school, H1, L1 working, H4 chilling out or working if she has an EAD. So basically, status plus the permitted activity makes it legal or in status. Okay. Out of status is when something is missing. Your I-94 is still valid, your status is still valid, but you've stopped going to school. Okay. Or you've stopped working. Now you're out of status if you don't have grace period, etc. The third situation, which is you could be unlawfully present, means your I-94 has expired in most cases. And for students, because it's a DS, it does not expire until the unlawful presence doesn't begin to run until the government says so, either through immigration court or through USCIS. Okay. So I'm not going into too many details, just to make you aware generally.
Right.
And the one that is the most complicated, and which is what everybody here is going to be concerned with, is authorized period of stay.
Correct.
Okay. Now, authorized period of stay is confusing because let's say I filed my application for B2 within 60 days of grace period. Or applied for B2 to F1 while the B2 was still valid. The time during which my second application is pending, but the first period has expired or the first status has expired, I'm no longer in school. That's called authorized period of stay. You cannot convert within the United States from authorized period of stay to another status. So if your application is still pending and you want to convert to H1B, so your F2 is pending, right?
Right.
You got a job and they say, well, we're going to convert you to H1. If on the date your H1 is decided, your F2 is not already in your favor, already decided, you are in authorized period of stay because your application is pending. They'll approve the H1B, but they'll say, here is your H1B, go get a visa stamp and come back. And that's perfectly okay.
And yeah, go ahead.
So therefore, that is the only thing that concerns me, that if you are in between two applications, you may not be able to convert within the United States.
Okay. If I do still have like I currently hold a visa stamp, even in that case, I would require another visa?
No.
Just because, okay. And
One second.
Yeah.
Another frequently asked question. There's a section of law called Immigration and Nationality Act 222G. 222G INA. Okay, what does that say? That says if your I-94 expires while you're in the United States for even 1 day, all your visas are automatically cancelled.
Right.
Okay, that means you'll then have to go for a visa stamping. As long as you don't run into that situation
Right.
where you are out of status for even 1 day and your I-94 has expired, then you're okay. Then there is no problem.
Okay. Okay, I'll be honest and like this is my last question. So I am interviewing actively and already in like 4 5 in like jobs pipelines. The only argument at home right now for me is should I do a premium or should I do a standard given the like current scenarios and everything, because they will take time or a longer time per se when they do a standard filing, right? So what would the recommendation be there?
In your situation, I would premium it.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Naisarg ji, go ahead. Naisarg.
Hello, Rajiv ji. So
Hello,
I'm on H1B visa and I was recently impacted by layoffs. And my question is that I get 60 days, right? And if I find one of the employers, say last 10 days, and they file for my H1B change of transfer, so I can stay in the US or I have to leave the US?
Yeah, because you are in authorized period of stay, what I just discussed. So you filed your H1B, it was received by the government within the 60-day grace period. So your H1B is now pending and it was timely filed. You are legal to stay in the United States.
Okay. And for example, until it is filed, say for my first employer, right? And it is in process right now. And if I get another better offer, can they file another H1B transfer at the same time? Or what happens?
Google H1B Bridge Petitions. Okay, Google H1B Bridge Petitions. What does that mean? I'm working for employer A. I'm in my 60-day grace period. Employer B filed my H1B. While employer B's H1B is pending, employer C applied for me. For me to get approval through C within the United States, my bridge of B should also be approved. If B is not approved, C will not be approved. I'll be given my H1B, but I'll have to go outside the USA for visa stamping. Sounds complicated, but it's really not. The idea is you are maintaining status all the way through.
So for example, if the first employer file in my first 10 days, that application is still pending, right? And another employer file from that H1B transfer, can I withdraw my first employer petition or what happens?
You'll be out of status, right? Because you're applying for the second one outside your grace period. And the only thing keeping you legal was the first case that was pending.
Yeah.
That's what a bridge is.
Okay, so I'll go through that bridge petition. And other option is, right, I can transfer my visa to B2 visa, right, to get change of status.
That's also complicated. Listen to the first few minutes of this discussion today, and also go to my blog on immigration.com. I wrote about NTAs and all. Read up on it. It's not as simple as a yes and no answer. Okay.
But you still do recommend if you're not finding a job, transfer to B2 visa, right? As a safe.
I said in the beginning, if it's okay for you to wait from India, do it from India. So
Okay, I will
just
listen.
to avoid, but it depends on whether you are a lion or a mouse like me. I am rather be a mouse than a lion.
Okay, thank you. I will listen to the recording. Thank you.
Best of luck. Karanji, go ahead. Run, go ahead.
Hi Rajiv ji. Thank you for all you do. And yeah, I had to put Karan because a lot of people call me Karen, and at this time I don't want to be called that. I have a three-part question for you. Feel free to let me know if you think
Make it really quick and we can try to cover.
Definitely. So my wife is on her final 6 months of her STEM EAD. I think it ends on the 19th of December. She's planning on pursuing another master's degree. Of course, it's going to be something related to her work and etc. But the thing is, she's employed at the moment, and it is a university that's going to allow day one CPT. The question I had is that her visa is valid till June 2026. EAD ends on 19th December, and the course starts on 5th of January. So there's about 3 weeks in between. Is that all right, or should she look for a course that starts in October itself?
Yeah, that's all right. Let me see if I can show you something. USCIS change of status. So far, Trump has not archived this page. So I'm going to post a link for you that actually answers this question. Where is my chat? Okay, just pick up that link. How to get an early appointment with me, Parul says. Try sending an email to front desk, which is one word, frontdesk@immigration.com, Parulji.
Okay, sir, because I really want to get the answer because we got stuck in a very bad situation right now.
Dekh lete, no problem.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. It was really so much help that you are discussing so many points that we are every day Googling it and like searching it everywhere, but we are not getting a clear answer about the questions.
Well, there's some advantage to not being AI, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I can totally understand.
I'm a
Thank you so much.
very well-trained large language model. So my
Yeah.
data has 35 years of very focused synthetic data fed into my head. So
Yeah, that is like no AI can beat that.
another couple of years, I still have a job, right? So
I really hope you stay there forever.
inshallah, God willing.
Mhm. Thank you so much, sir. I'm looking forward. I just talked to your. Meanwhile, I'm talking to your team.
Yeah.
Please convey this
Tell
message.
them Rajiv said I was in the call. He said make accommodations.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. And Parul, my email is help@immigration.com. You get stuck not being able to get an appointment, drop me an email.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Shruti ji, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Rajiv ji. I had a couple more questions.
Oh yeah, sorry, Karan. My apologies. I forgot about you.
No problem. So you're saying it's totally fine doing a switch like that during that whatever
Yeah.
30 days. I
Yeah.
think she will.
Yeah, absolutely. Previously, the rule used to, did you get that link?
I got the link. Yeah.
So when you start reading it now, it becomes amply clear. It should be fine.
Okay.
What else?
But ideally, she shouldn't be working, obviously, since her EAD has expired. So she'll probably have to take like some time off, right?
Don't work.
Yeah, definitely. The other thing was, since her EAD expires on 19th of December, do you advise international travel before that? Like in case she wants to go back to India and come back, just before that? Probably not. Okay. And traveling to Hawaii is still fine because it's still within the country and stuff. Okay.
Hawaii is fine. You guys have a rough life, man. Look at.
And just the final question for you. So this is a two-case scenario. Let's say her H1B gets picked up next year. Is it okay to transfer to that and give up on the course, or do you think it makes more sense to complete the course and then move on?
If her H1 gets picked up, that's what you said?
Yeah.
You realize that you can also study on H1, right?
I was not aware. No, I
Yeah.
did not know that.
So you're allowed to do that. And in fact, it's more convenient because you can do any number of credits you want. And you can do 3 credits, 6 credits, 9 credits, and you can do them all online if you want.
Oh,
So
okay.
requirements of F1 study and H1B study are very different.
All right. Okay. And then is it similar for H4 as well or no?
Similar.
All right.
All right.
Okay, cool. I think that answers all my questions. Thank you
Best
so
of
much
luck,
for everything
Karanji.
you do. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Welcome. Shruti ji, go ahead. Actually, you know what? Hold on,
Yeah.
guys. Let me close the conference. Oh, I can't close this conference. I just have to stop admitting people. Okay. Yeah, because otherwise I won't have time to answer all the questions. Shruti ji, you had a question. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Rajivji. First of all, thank you for creating such a platform which is accessible for everyone free of cost. You're doing so much of service. So what happened is that I traveled to US to Texas, Dallas to pursue master's degree on a F1 visa.
Mhm.
But after finishing 2 semesters, that is 1 year of the course, I had to travel back to my home country due to some severe medical issues.
Hmm.
And after that, I came to a decision
Did
that
you do
I
the
would.
reduced course load, ma'am? Did you do the RCL?
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
So I could not travel back. So it has been 1 year. I'm in India. So I essentially missed 2 semesters of study. So I'm not sure what are my options right now. Can I travel back if I have to? Then
I doubt it.
will I
doubt
be able to go to the same university or should I take up a new course altogether?
As far as I know, unless the DSO can make some special arrangements for you. Charu and everybody is saying that somebody else also said that on H1 you can get in-state tuition. So it's probably cheaper to go to school on H1. They know that. Thank you, guys. Okay. So where did you go? Charu? Who
Yeah.
was talking to me? Shruti was talking to me, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I don't see you anymore. Oh, there you are. Okay. So I think you should talk with your DSO first.
Mhm.
I believe they'll have to reissue the I-20. I believe they might be able to give you some credit for the credits you have done. And you should be able to go back to the same university, but I think it'll be with a new I-20. Double check with them, please. Okay?
Uh-huh. So on the visa aspects and the service termination part, what I need to take care.
You talk to the DSO. They can reinstate.
Uh-huh.
They'll issue a new I-20. You'll pay a new service fees and all. It'll come basically like coming in as a new student.
Okay, so does that mean that my 1 year of course study will be erased completely?
That's why I asked you to talk to the DSO, see how much credit they can give you towards that 1 year.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, otherwise, if I have to go to a completely new university and a new course, then how do I proceed with the visa process and all?
Just like you did before, get an I-20, apply for an F1 visa.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay.
So there is one more problem, Rajivji. Actually, my lease process at Frankfurt was in a severe issue because I came here midway without the lease being completed. So there were some dues
These are
and
these
they
are
filed a petition.
Shruti ji, these are
So,
private debts. Nobody cares about those.
uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm really worried how this affects my immigration
It should not.
check at the airport.
It should not. You have a problem when you owe money to the government. Private debt should not be a problem for your immigration. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Harsh Desai. Harshji, go ahead.
Hello Rajiv. I have a question regarding the H1 transfer. So currently I am with employer A and I'm changing my job to employer B. There is a short overlap of 3-4 days in the start date of employer B and the end date of employer A.
Okay, stop. Stop.
Yeah.
Another frequently asked question. Couple of points I want to make.
Mhm.
When an H1B is approved, it does not impact an already approved H1B.
Mhm.
If you are working with employer X, employer Y's H1B gets approved. Until you actually join Y, you can have 2 approvals. You just can't do 2 jobs at the same time unless you have a concurrent H1B. So if my approval with X is for the next 6 months, and my approval for Y comes in, and there are two approvals running together, not a problem, as
Yeah.
long as I'm working for only one.
Okay.
So approval of an H1B does not automatically change your employers. You change your employers.
Right.
Okay. You just can't work for two employers at the same time, but having two approvals at the same time is not a problem.
Okay. Yeah, I have approval for both of them. I was just wondering if the 3 or 4 days overlap is fine. So according to you, it's not recommended, right?
According to the law, it's okay. You
Okay.
can't work for both, but you can have approval for both.
Okay. Okay. That sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Another point I want to make here is sometimes what happens is, let's say my employer X pays bonuses at the end of the year, and they have a policy of giving us bonuses for the whole year, or maybe 6 months or 8 months, whatever period I worked. If I'm working for employer Y, I get a bonus check for employer X. Is that legal? And the answer is yes. Why? Because I've already earned that bonus. I'm not working for it. So even though I was with employer Y, I can take the bonus given by employer X for the time I worked for them. Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
Best of luck, Harji.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Adarsh ji. Adarsh.
Yeah. Hi, Rajiv ji. So I was on H1B. I was laid off, and I had my B2 approved also until September of 10, September 10. And I've actually not like found a job yet. I have been giving interviews, but there's no luck. So I was trying to extend my B2, and currently, given the NTA situations, so if I am to apply for a B2 now, and then if the case is still pending after September 10th, do you think there's a risk of NTAs being issued?
It's very difficult for me to predict that. What I want you to do is think about it this way. And this is what we discussed the first 7-8 minutes of the call today. I said, if there is no difference in your ability to find a job while sitting in your home country, because you're doing everything on the wires, on interviews and all that, video interviews, and staying in the US, no difference. If there's no difference, just go and do it from India. Go to do it from your home country. Okay. So go back rather than staying here. Not that NTAs are the end of the world, but they're also not something we want to quote and bring into our lives if we can avoid them. Okay.
I mean, have you seen any such cases for B2
yeah.
extensions?
Not no NTAs for B2 extension so far. Well, just listen to the first 7 minutes. I don't want to remove all repeat all this. Okay.
Okay.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Saideep ji, go ahead, please.
Yeah, thanks for the call, G. And so my H1B registration got selected this year, and I'm currently on F1 visa. So my job has been terminated recently by my employer, and the H1B is approved currently, and they're willing to not withdraw the H1B petition until I transfer to the new employer. So the question is, I want to save my H1B in any possible way. So can I transfer, can the new employer transfer the H1B petition before October 1st?
Okay. So another frequently asked question, I've covered it many times, I'll cover it again. In a situation where an H1B lottery is won, there are different kinds of circumstances. The safest is you have the H1B approval. After October 1st, you have actually worked for the sponsoring employer for a couple of pay periods. If not a couple of pay periods, at least one pay period. If not one pay period, at least one day. Okay. So safest, you have actually worked for the employer. Number two, if it is not possible, the employer at least does not revoke the H1B till after October 1st. In that case, so far, we have been able to transfer H1Bs. Now, one lawyer was discussing a case yesterday, I think, when they said, I got a denial of an H1B where I tried to convert from consular processing to H1B change of status within the United States. Government said, you never triggered the H1B by getting an H1B stamp. So I can only think that that's a mistaken law. So we don't really know. But in my view, there is a healthy chance that you can transfer the H1B as long as it is not revoked before October 1st. Okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the third situation, which is also, in my view, not that safe, is that your H1B is transferred before October 1st. Then the sponsoring employer revokes the H1B, but already your H1B is transferred. I think that is the least safe. And below that is your H1B was revoked and you're trying to transfer it now. Probably will never work. So this is the gradation as I see it in decreasing level of safety. Okay.
Okay. The best way is to send out the transfer
Best way is
petition.
to actually work for them, but if you can't do that, get the transfer done now.
Okay.
Best of luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And yeah, and do we need the pay slips for the transfer before October
Yeah,
1st?
obviously H1B has not even started. Where are you going to
Yeah.
get
Oh,
it? That's not
okay.
even a question. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome. Nitinji, go ahead, Nitin.
Hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Here, I'm on H1B and was laid off on May 30th. So today is my 55th day in the 60-day grace period. So what are my options like apart from B1, B2? I got an offer, but they are planning to give me the start date of August 4th. So by that time, my 60 days grace period would be done. So how to better bridge this gap or like, and also the other employer who is giving me the offer, does he know that I am laid off or like they're thinking that I'm still working? So how to deal in this scenario?
I have no answer for you
Oh,
because there is no safe way to bridge the gap without an NTA coming in. Because even if your B1, B2 is pending, you may not get a change of status because B1, B2 is not approved by the time the H1B is decided. No safe way. Nothing I can tell you.
oh, so like if I apply for B1, B2 and then again look for jobs, so that way it don't work.
One, you could get an NTA. Two, which is not the end of the world, listen to the first 8 minutes of this discussion. You could get an NTA. And two, if your B1, B2 is still pending, when your H1B transfer, future transfer is decided, they will make you go outside USA and come back with an H1B visa.
Oh, gotcha.
Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Premji, go ahead.
Hi, Rajiv ji. I think my question was mostly answered when you responded to someone
I
else.
love these kind of people. You're welcome.
Hey, Premji. Hey, Rajiv ji. So we are not taking the question from the conference or your page, conference call page.
Okay, you posted in that conference call?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are changing the procedure going forward. So go ahead and Premji ask me that question. I'll answer it.
Okay. So basically, it's like
Hello.
I have like filed.
Okay.
I
You
have filed
have
an
two
EB3.
Prems. 1 second, two Prem.
Oh,
Prem number
okay.
two, please stay down. Prem number one who's up here, I'm going to talk
I'll
to.
stay down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I think it's let me ask in a very simple way. Say I have like filed in EB3 and then interfiled in EB2 in 2022, and that time when I interfiled, my 45 was pending. My son was 17-year-old, and my both 140 was approved. Can I safely assume that my son is CSPH is locked?
As long as, well, your 485 was filed, right?
Right. Everything was filed. EB2,
Okay.
EB3 both was approved, and EB2 interfile was filed. At that time, interfile time of the interfile, my son age was 17 year.
But you have only filed one 485, right?
Yeah, 125, and second was interfile, transfer of under TUB.
And the interfiling was approved within before he turned 21, right?
Interfile is not approved yet. 45J is still pending. But I think that time USCIS requests everyone to do in TUB, and then they said child lock age will be locked.
Yeah, I kind of remember. They had a frequently asked questions, Premji.
Right. I have
I
all the
don't
screenshot and
remember-
taken.
I don't remember the details of that frequently asked questions. If I were to make a guess, and this is just a guess, I remember they said all instances of benefits are locked as of the date of the filing, not as of the
Right.
date of approval. So my guess, without looking at that fact, actually that fact is in my blog also. You can go
Right.
find it there. Okay.
So I can, as of now, I can assume its age is low.
I am assuming, I don't remember the details.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Best of luck, Premji. Jay Shah. Aren't you the one with the cricket thing? Jay Shah? Not talking to me? Okay.
Sorry. Hello, Rajiv ji. This is Nisha here. Jay is my husband. I had a question for my visa, but we usually join through his account. So I actually have my H1B related question. I have a H1B approved until September 30, and my company has already filed for extension under premium processing. And just like half an hour back, I got an email from them that the premium processing is approved.
Good.
But I haven't yet received the receipt or I-797, nothing. Not even the premium notice receipt. So I have requested for that. The reason why I'm asking this question is next week I'm traveling to Canada for 2 weeks, and I wasn't sure because my visa is expiring on September 30. I wasn't sure if I could travel and come back on that visa, or because this is approved, I need to do something else.
I think it's complicated. I wouldn't travel unless I have the approval in hand. Okay. Now, the one advantage of premium processing is you can actually, your lawyers can send an email to them saying, dudes, where is our approval? And usually they should be able to do something about it. So I would suggest that your lawyers contact the premium processing people and ask for approval. Okay.
Okay.
But don't travel without that.
Okay. So approval notice, is that enough for traveling?
Yeah. A copy of that is enough. But original I-94 along with a copy of the 797 would be perfect.
So I would need the I-797 original copy, right?
In my
Or an email should be fine?
I think I want the original.
Original. Okay.
But you have an H1B visa stamp also, right?
Yeah, I have it until September 30.
Then
And
you
I'll
might
be
be okay.
coming by August
Then you
15.
might be okay. I'll tell you why. To come back, you have two options. Either you AVR, automatic visa revalidation, for which I need the I-94. Or you can enter using the approval notice copy and your visa. So the visa stamp is still valid. They should give you a new I-94 valid till the end of your approval notice, not till the end of your visa. Okay. So you should be able to travel. Please double check with your lawyers. All right.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Best of luck, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sid Birur, go ahead, please.
Hello, sir. My question is about K1 visa timeline.
Many
So
months.
I am.
It takes many
Okay.
months. That's
Roughly. So our wedding is in April next year, and my
don't
H1B
depend on
expires December.
don't depend on K1. I had somebody a couple of years back who was very well connected, said I can have the White House call them. He wasn't able to expedite his K1.
Okay, some many months.
Many
Okay.
months. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Best of luck. Rahul ji, go ahead.
Hi, Rajiv ji. My question is regarding my change of status from B2 to H1B. So I was laid off back in December 2024, and within my 60-day grace period, I had applied for a B2. And after that, and also my I-94 was valid until April 2025. My B2 was pending while I was in the US, and then I got a job opportunity outside of US in Europe. So I had to go back to India for my visa processing while my B2 was still pending. As soon as I come back to the US, to India, I get a email from my previous employer saying we received an NTA, right? For in my case, and that NTA, the charges or the allegations, nowhere there was mentioned that B2 was filed within 60-day grace period, but they just mentioned that your H1B was revoked like in March 26 to be precise of 2025, and you stayed in the US even longer than that, right? So since then, yeah, basically this is the background. My NTA.
Did you do
I reached out.
anything with the NTA?
Yes. So again, I'm here to get some, legal advice or your insights. I did reach out to an attorney in Dallas for that NTA, and that NTA was literally in days since I went back to India. So I hired them. They have requested the date to be pushed. They converted from an in-person hearing to an online hearing via WebEx, and they pushed it from July 9th hearing till November, right? But I am talking to the attorney to say, hey, I have done nothing illegal, and I have all the documentation.
So hold on 1 second. So there are two things that I see from my limited knowledge
Sure.
of immigration court. Number one, a motion to terminate should be filed for two reasons. One, you were never served.
Yes.
You had left the United States before the service occurred. Okay.
Yes.
And if you have proof of that, there is no reason they should sustain it. Number two, even while you were in the United States, you were in authorized period of stay. Okay. And because you had a B2 pending. And that itself makes the NTA unsustainable.
Right. So yes. So the attorney right now, they are preparing the case to file the motion to terminate. Right. And exactly that's what I wanted to understand, whether I'm going in the right direction.
You are going in the right direction. And also, what I have seen is so far, one or two lawyers have posted for us that they found that even the government was cooperative. They were saying, okay, we'll sign the motion to terminate. So,
Right. Can I just honestly ask you one, just like a follow-up question?
Ask me honestly, but the question is, can I answer honestly? I don't know.
Sorry, sir. So I am, this is still tricky because I still want to keep my record clean, and in future, probably, want to keep that door open to come back to the US. My question is, what do you think would be the, time span for motion to terminate, in your knowledge? How long should it take?
I don't know. Depends upon the local time frames. If the judge is not feeling well, the lawyer is not available, I have no idea.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. Krishna ji, go ahead. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna ji, Jai Shri Krishna. No? Okay. Anusha Said. Okay.
Hi, sir.
I thought Sayyid was Hazrat Muhammad's chain, right?
Yeah, I'm from Pakistan.
नाम अनुषा है आपका?
नहीं मतलब ये नाम पाकिस्तान में भी है.
Is that right? अच्छा.
Yes.
Because Sayyids are like really the big Pumbas, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I have this question. I came like on F1 in 2021, and now my F1 is expiring next year in June 2026. And my company filed my green card like in my first year. Like I was an intern, then they converted. I started working with CPT and then transitioned to OPT. So I'm expected to get my perm approval till October. And my priority date is 3rd June 2024, which is expected to become current by next year in October or November. So to cover that duration of 4-5 months where I'm like out of status, should I go towards day one CPT so that I can continue my employment? Should I switch to B2? Like, is it safe to like continue day one CPT with your POM approved I-140 filed and everything's in progress?
See, the problem, you have multiple problems. One is that if you try to convert to F1 visa, which is a non-immigrant single intent visa, government could take the position, oh, your I-140 is approved. We can't really give you an F1, right?
Okay.
So that is one of the issues you have. Is there a visa that is safer? And the answer is not really. But here's what can protect you. I would file for the F1 CPT and I'll do it non-premium.
Okay.
Listen to me carefully, okay? File for F1. Please talk with your lawyers also. I don't want to usurp their domain. File it. And remember, there's a section in law called Section 245K as in kite. Okay. So you can actually look it up on the USCIS website in the policy manual under adjustment of status. Okay. What 245K says is, we will forgive you up to 180 days of being out of status when you file your 485 on an employment-based category. So even if there's up to 180-day gap, it's not the end of the world. But why do we want to cover that gap with a CPT? So you don't get an NTA.
Okay, and I'll be able to continue my employment.
If you get CPT, yes. So it makes sense to go from H1B to, not to H1B, from F1 to CPT F1, because you're simply rolling over. You don't actually even go to, hold on. You are currently on OPT, right, Anusha?
Yeah, currently in OPT, I just have one last chance to H1B. I didn't get it picked in
Yeah,
C.
but if you are just going into CPT, then you don't even have to go to USCIS. You simply roll over your service, right?
Yeah.
So then there's no issue. Absolutely do it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's it, sir.
Best of luck, Ji.
Thank you.
Rajesh sir,
Krishna ji.
sorry, I couldn't unmute myself quickly enough.
So did you have to kick your computer? Did that work?
Yeah.
High-tech solution. Huh? All right. Tell me, Krishna ji.
Yeah, thank you for helping everyone. So I did lose my H1B job, and then at the 58th day of my grace period, I came to Canada, being a Canadian citizen, and then I'm just seeing this NTA thing. So while I'm applying jobs and everything, I wanted to kind of see to ensure if there's no any NTA. So my question was that if the NTA would come to my address or to the employer, I
No.
tried
To your address.
calling.
To your address.
Sorry, second.
It should come to your address.
Okay, my address, right? Yeah, I tried calling area immigration code, and that supervisor was kind enough. He ran through with my name and he said, this is not foolproof, but I don't see anything. But
Yeah.
we need a number. I don't have it. I called USCIS. Finally, I could get through, and then she said, I don't see any derogatory information.
I don't see any problem.
Okay.
Krishna ji, there are real issues in life. Don't worry about this. This is a minor thing for you.
Okay. So when I go, for example, any on-site interview or anything, any precautions or anything that I should keep in mind?
No precautions. Just
Okay,
say,
I can
thank
just
you, Krishna, and go for it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Yash Ruparela ji. Ruparelia. Sorry.
Hi, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, sir, I'm on H1B visa. I got laid off on the 1st of May. I received a job offer on the 23rd of June. It's a small company, it just had 8 employees. So what the employer told me is that he doesn't have a lawyer to basically do my H1B transfer. And he asked me, do you have any contact who could help me with the H1B transfer? We 3 got on a call. And basically, he wanted to put the entire cost on me, the H1B transfer.
Oh, no, you
cost.
can't do that. That's illegal.
Yeah. No, hear me out. So I said the same thing. The lawyer also told the same thing, that I can pay the attorney fees, but the filing fees has to be paid by the employer.
Oh, no, even attorney's fees. What kind of lawyer is this? You can't pay a single dollar, not a dime.
So now what happened is I already paid the attorney fees.
No, that's illegal.
And then the employer, then the lawyer filed the LCA for me, filed the LCA. All this while, the employer was constantly asking me to work for him, before I get the approval notice. So I said, I'm not going to do anything illegal. He constantly kept on asking me, and I said no. Then after the LCA came through, the agreement was firstly that I'll pay the attorney fees, and then he'll be paying the filing fees. Now, after the LCA came through and it was approved, he said, I'm not going to pay the filing fees as well. So he said that no, there was no such agreement. I don't want to pay the filing fees as well. You have to pay the filing fees. I said that is illegal. I can't do that. And the lawyer also told him the same thing. But meanwhile, what he told me is that why don't you basically do work for me?
In my opinion, this lawyer needs to go back to school.
Okay.
This is absolutely 6 months in practice, basic law that all H1B expenses have to be borne by the employer.
Right.
Every single time.
Okay. But then the employer kept pushing me to do work illegally. I have iMessages from them. I have
Okay, so
everything
where are
from
you now? What
it.
do you want my
So,
suggestion?
so the thing is, I applied for a B1, B2 on my 59th day. I
Okay.
applied to switch for B2 on my 59th day.
When you
So
say
it's still
you
pending.
when you say you applied, did you do it online?
I did it online, yes.
Okay, so 59th day it got there. Okay, good.
Yeah, I so it showed me 59 day. I have my B2 is pending. Now the employer still constantly kept on asking that I do work for him and then I pay the filing fees and stuff, even though he did have a lawyer. My question was because he was asking me to do work illegally and he was not agreeing to pay the filing fees. Can I file a U visa, like a U visa case on him, and
I have
like
I
what can I
don't
do?
I don't do U visas, and I don't think you can. But check with somebody who does U visas. I have never been
Okay,
involved with U visas. Okay.
okay, or
I
like so I can't basically do anything with the employer or
No,
the
I don't
lawyer or
know because I don't do U
okay,
visas. It doesn't sound like a
okay.
U visa kind of situation, but you can check with somebody.
Okay, and I've already paid the advocate like money for filing
Yeah,
the.
she will have to return your money because she took illegal money.
Okay.
In my office, if we see a check from an employee, we refuse to
Uh-huh.
accept the case
Okay. Okay. All right.
because that's illegal. We won't touch it. All right.
Okay. And based on my B2 visa, I'm good, right? I have filed it and
Feel free to play this part of the recording for her. That Ms.
mm-hmm.
Malik, that is unethical and illegal. You
Okay.
can be complained, bar complaint can be made against you, and you can
Mm-hmm.
be in trouble. That money should be refunded to you. It's illegal money.
Got it. Thank you, sir. Thank
All
you so
right.
much.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sparshji, go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for taking the call. I'm currently on my F1 STEM OPT and I have my H1B picked and approved for this year.
Mhm.
I am getting an exciting job opportunity with an MNC and I'm currently at a startup. So they want to know if I can switch before 1st of October or not. I know you had the question, but I wanted to understand the risk if I do decide to go ahead now.
Well, the risk is if your visa is revoked by the employer before October 1st, you will lose your place in the lottery.
Okay.
All right.
So safest is wait for a paycheck or
I've,
two with my current
I've
employer and
already
then
covered. Yeah,
file for transfer.
exactly.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Charu Singh, she, her. Go ahead, Charu Singh ji.
Hello, Rajiv ji.
Charu Singh sounds like I'm talking to a Sardar ji.
So, my current situation is that I'm on my STEM OPT on F1 visa, and I'm working at a university. My husband has an approved I-140, and he's filing for his H1B extension. And we are looking to switch to H4 now, and we want to do concurrent filing through his employer. His whoever the lawyers at his company, they are suggesting that I can, during the gap of change of status in H4 EAD, they are suggesting that I can either go on unpaid leave or I can resign and rejoin. But my employer, they don't offer visas to staff, so they don't know much about it, but they're unsure if I can go on unpaid leave. So they are suggesting that I should resign and then rejoin, which is
In
not a
my
problem.
opinion, feel free to play this out to them. In my opinion, being on the payroll and getting benefits while you're not working is not illegal. So what makes unauthorized employment is a combination of two things. One, you are working, and two, you are getting paid for it. Okay. So here you're not working and you're not getting paid for it. You might be getting benefits, but you're not working, so it should be okay. That's the way I read the situation. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Best of luck. Brianna, go ahead, please. Brianna.
Hi, Mr. Rajiv. Thank you for taking my
Just
question.
call me Rajiv. Nobody calls me Mr. anything.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, please don't spoil me because I'll start expecting requests from everyone.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So for me, I'm on a F1 visa. I'm currently going through OPT. I recently got married to my boyfriend of 2 years when I first came in the States. And now we're going through the process of filing for an adjustment of status for me for a marriage-based green card. So one of the biggest concerns right now is that we live within the same state, but he wanted for me to move in with him, like to move with him, but he lives with his family currently because we're both young. We met in school, so we don't really have everything together like as of right now. And I was opting for them to add me to the lease, but we spoke with the leasing officer or who's in charge, and they mentioned that I can't be added to the lease yet due to them being on, I believe, Section 8 housing,
Okay.
which is going to expire within a couple of months. So as of right now, I can't be added. So while we're gathering the documents and the evidence, I know that one of the biggest things that immigrations is pushing for is regarding like co-residency.
Yeah,
I wanted
but there is an explanation, Brianna. The reason you're not on the lease yet is because the Section 8 housing will not permit it. And I think you'll be all right as long as you can explain the circumstances. And by the time you go for your interview, you have all that straightened out, you'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, because another question that based on my research was his mother supplying a letter saying that we stay with her and what the arrangements are. I wanted to know if that could be something supplemental while filing our case.
Well, as long as it is truthful. If you are actually living with his mother, sure, why not? But if you are not,
Right.
don't give that letter.
Okay, got you. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Welcome. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Sayyid Ali, newcomer, go ahead, please.
Rajiv. So my question is, my employer's attorney filed my perm back in 2023, but he withdrew my application in 25 because he made a mistake in the application after realizing for 2 years. He applied for perm again in July 2025, but I don't have my trust in the attorney now because he withdrew it without asking me. He doesn't provide me clarity, doesn't pick up the calls. Um, is just been uh hassle for me. Now I have 2 years left on my H1B and I have two options. This is what I feel. I have two options, but this is what I think is I can either switch my employer to other consulting firm and they are ready to file my perm since day one and as they have a PWD approved. The other option is my employer has a sister company. He's agreed to file for perm from his sister company since he also has a PWD approved. But this time I told him I won't go with the same lawyer. I want to go with a different lawyer which I trust, and I want to file a perm through that lawyer
Right.
with the same PWD approved. So what do you recommend for me in this situation?
See, it's so difficult to say this, what is a good way to go without knowing more. One, are all companies involved have ability to pay wages? Number two, is the prevailing wage determination still valid and does it apply to your background?
Yes, both of them applies.
Two. Number three, how supportive are the companies? If they are fully supportive and they've not done recruitment yet, right? They've not started.
That's also ongoing, a concurrent thing, or that's already done. I would say that's already done
So
because
then the
most of them.
only thing that distinguishes the companies is whom do you trust more? Who do you think is the
Just
company you can
that's
rely on more? That's the only factor that is a variable then.
So if I already apply a perm from a sister company, suppose that perm gets picked up and it gets approved, do I have to change my employment to that company after the I-140 approval or just before filing the I-140?
Well, it's got to be a genuine, good faith job.
Yes,
Got to
basically
be,
I have the project, so I
it's
just
got to be,
switch it.
it's got to be a different tax ID number.
Yes.
And when do you have to join them? You have to join them either before or after the 485 is approved. But the earlier you join them, the better off you are.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Best of
Thank
luck.
you.
You're welcome. Lakshmi Rohit Imani ji.
Hi, Rajiv. Yeah. So my question is a bit on stock market and trading. So I know that we can do passive trading like long-term funds and ETF, but I had this information regarding day trading that on our F1 visa, like OPT
As
and
far as I
STEM
know, that's illegal. That would be my guess. Nobody knows for sure, but I think that's illegal.
Yeah, but one information that I got to know is that we can there is a limit of 3 day trades that we can do per week.
I'm
So
not aware of any such law.
Okay.
Your knowledge is better than mine in this area.
Okay.
Best of luck.
Yeah, that's the only question. Thank you. Yeah.
Ramanji, go ahead.
Hi Rajiv ji, thank you for doing this. First of all, I've had a chat with you once before during the start of this year as well.
Okay.
But this question is not related to that. So what I wanted to know basically is I'm on my STEM OPT right now, and the expiry is Jan 2027. So I tried for H1B and it did not get picked. So what I'm thinking is I'm thinking to ask my employer to initiate EB2 I-140 with the perm
But
process.
are you India born?
Yes, I am India born, but my plan is as they continue to do that, I will be enrolling in PhD as well. And later on, once I capture my PE, the priority date, I'll hopefully do EP1 if I become eligible for it. So what potential bottlenecks do you see in this plan? What do I need to improve on?
There is
Where could I go?
only one potential issue. When you are on student visa, it's a single intent visa. It's not a dual intent visa. So that I-140 can become a hassle if you try to travel or if you try to extend your F1 in any way. So that's my only concern.
Extend my F1. What do you mean?
I would say travel is the bigger problem.
Yeah. I mean, as long as
Let's
I
say
choose.
your visa has expired and you are traveling and you want to go get visa stamping, and if you have an I-140 approved, this administration will give you a very hard time for student visa. But if you, in the meantime, you get selected in the lottery, you get into H1B, all problems are solved. Because H1B is a dual intent visa.
Yeah, but the other question, like part B on this question is, I heard from the employers that perm take like 2.5 years, and like the entire process of like going to I-140 stage is like 3 years roughly. And given I have my student visa like the OPT valid for like
You can travel until the I-140 is filed.
No. It's not a question about the travel, but the question is what happens after I go back to my PhD. So I basically won't be working, but like what happens to the perm then? Like,
Oh, that's an easy question to answer. Perm doesn't go anywhere as long as you have the intention to join them.
okay, what do you mean? Could you please clarify on that?
So let's say, let me take a simple, easy example.
Okay.
Say I'm like you, I'm working for this guy. They filed my green card. And while the perm is pending or the I-140 is not yet filed, I decide, you know what? I'm going to go back to India. When the green card comes, I'll come back. Can I do that? Sure. Absolutely. Because my future intent is to come back and join the employer.
Right, but
what is the difference between that and a PhD? Same.
But like, see, if I start my perm like from today, right? Like perm is the first stage of the green card process, I assume.
Okay, why don't you go on to the question? I know the stages of the perm, but tell me what is it that you want to?
My question is, if I start that perm with an employer and then like midway of that entire process, I leave the job and go to PhD, what incentive does the employer have to like?
That I don't know. That is I can only tell you the law. What the employer does, that is between you and the employer. I don't know anything about that.
No, I mean like in terms of like the payroll and stuff, like Can they do
No,
that?
why
Because
should they pay you if you're not working? Why should they pay you? You will be off the payroll.
Okay.
It's a little complicated. You should talk to your lawyers about this. But the way I look at it, number one, as long as the intention to hire and be hired remains. Number two, as long as the capacity to pay your salary remains. Number three, even if you go outside the US for a few years or go into a PhD program, your POM can still go on, your I-140 can still go.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Best of luck. Adarshi, go ahead. Adarshi?
Yes, Rajiv, thank you. So I had actually asked you a question about the B2 extension earlier. So I was considering one situation about the case withdrawal also. Say in case if I apply for a B2 extension right now, right, and then the current B2 expiration date is September 10th, and say if I, like try my luck until say 5th of September, and then withdraw the case, apply for a withdrawal, and then depart the US, does that have a future impact?
No, it should not.
No. Okay.
All right. Best of luck.
Yes, thank you. And sorry, last question. So is B2 approval or extension approval, is it very common, or are we seeing any changes?
It was it was not impossible up until a few days ago, until NTA started rolling in.
Okay.
Yeah, Premji, go ahead.
Hi, Rajivji. So my situation is I got laid off. Within the 60 days, I applied for F1 change of status, which initially got an RFE, but was eventually approved. And in the meantime, employer filed for an H1B transfer for me, which also recently got an RFE. So what should I expect? Worst case scenario, will it go to consular processing, or could I get an NTA or something?
Well, Premji, that's like asking a doctor, my brother is sick, what is going to happen to him? Depends on the disease.
Right.
So I don't know what the disease is. And RFEs can be something very simple, or they can be insurmountable. Depends on the case. The fact that you already have an H1B is encouraging, because you are obviously qualified. So you should be okay, but I don't know the answer to that question because I don't know what the problem is.
Right. Right now I'm on F1. The issue was the company, the application for H1B transfer reached 1 day after my 60 days expired. So I suspect the issue might be that they want to ensure I had a legal status.
Yeah, so they can, in a situation like that, they'll ask you to go get a visa stamp before you can start working.
Okay, got that. Thank you.
Best of luck. Last question, Mr. Rana, go ahead, please.
Hey, is my mic working?
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm hoping to get a consultation in with you, and I heard earlier throughout the call, send out an email to front desk or help at immigration. Is there a specific format that you like that helps you go through the case way faster so that I can explain the situation and then raise any questions?
Is there a particular format? I'm sorry. What was the question again? I was looking for your email. I haven't got it so far.
I haven't sent out an email yet, but just to explain, I'm an F1 student, thinking of option A, B, C, and then just pitch my questions and look for an availability so that when we do have the consultation, it can.
Yeah, you can place it all. You can place it all in an email, and you can talk with the front desk. They'll tell you what needs to be done. Don't worry about it. We do a lot of things.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot. You have a good day.
Best of luck. All right, folks. Shreyaji, you had a question. I saw you pop up on the chat. What was the last question you had?
It was just about like the intent, like while giving the letter, when they ask for additional documents that you want to provide. And, in my B1, B2 also, I've provided with the letter that, hey, I've lost my job. I'm looking for some time to get back on H1B and find a role. So with the F2 COS as well, do we give in the right?
No. There should be no need for any of that.
So do I provide any additional letter, or do I just simply
I don't
apply?
think so. Take a look at the instructions on the form. Whatever the form instructions are, There are two kinds of evidence, required and recommended. Make sure you
Correct.
include all the required evidence.
Right. Because on the Monday call, when we did consult with you, you
For
did
B1, B2, you have to add a letter.
no, F2.
I know. For B1, B2, you have to
Yes.
add a.
But F2, it's not like it's a recommended section. So,
Yeah, if it is recommended, put something down. I mean, doesn't have to be anything fancy.
okay.
Just say that I'm.
Just last question, which I've done, I'm just verifying with the date that, like, it's saying that when do you need the visa until? So I've provided it until my spouse's EAD expiring date.
Yeah,
Wherever,
sounds
right?
right. That sounds right.
Sounds perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Best of luck, guys. Good talking to all of you. I'll see you again next Thursday. Take care, everyone. Bye.